Okay. This is the upstairs on Nighthaven. I guess we'll start here. This is the most important thing. Bandit Arcade. I low-key messed this up. I forgot to get the outside wall. But instead of getting the 2 garage walls, you'll get the 2 breach walls. I low-key completely blanked on that. I was like, man, I have a lot of extra reinforcements, so I threw them on garage just to stall time there. Totally forgot about breach. So you'll take those 2, you'll put them on this, and then you'll have 1 extra reinforcement to play with. So this will be reinforced, this will be reinforced. These 2 will not be reinforced. Totally fine. It's not that big of a deal. You're just gonna be careful of them opening it up and getting angles or capped up bolts up the rafters. Yeah, that totally set my mind. That's my fault. But you're gonna have a bandit arcade playing here. Your wall denial. You're gonna try and trick it. Try and stall a ton. Back up once they get the wall open. Plant side. Pretty simple. You can have an Azami and warehouse. Azami is by far the best person to put here. Probably like a Legion or an Ella or something would be like the next best. You can put your Allies above this because I like to send shields through this. Let's try and shield walk on you. So with Ella, you can like knock the shield out of the way. Same with the windows. If they jump window, go up the stairs, they'll hit the Ella mine. If they go through the window and you have a Legion, they'll hit the Legion mine. So trap up's good for that. But again, stall for time, come back, and you're going to try and reinforce this off. You are going to have a Aqua player. This will be I would take, so I'd say Clash, low-key underrated here. Just to sit here, stall for time, place your shield, play off of it. You know what I'm saying? But Smoke is also really good here because you could just throw your smokes and then back up and place sight. If you are on someone with a close range weapon like a shotgun, then you could tuck on this wall and wait for them to push, assuming this is all good. If not, you might have to play back here with your SMG and just sit and wait and try to shoot feet, so you're safe from breach being open. But your garage player here and your Aqua player here are in charge of like going in between these sides as well and helping out. And like if you know there's not a lot of pressure happening at Aqua, then like your player over here can kind of just go point sight. Azami, there's not a lot happening at warehouse, which I kind of doubt there won't be a lot happening at warehouse, then they're good to rotate through and play in this area. This wall is some people put on the left side. The right side is way better because it will let you walk through your rotate without it being cut in half by electrical. You can still peek off of it to contest here, and the people that are walking in won't just be able to instantly cut sight in half with this wall here. I mean, like if they had a DMR and this was open, it's like that's a crazy angle for them to have on you, so you cut that off. But if you have a Cade or a Bandit in this area, you play it here and then you fall off and you just play this right here. Or you could back up and play Pillar, but I'll talk about why you should be close on the door in a sec. You'll have a Bandit Arcade playing this, and then you will have a Mute playing an Electrical. I would mute your door here, so when you're playing around here, you can't get called, you can't get bead, stuff like that. If you send a blitz in, you can kind of back up, and then once they get close to the door, you can fight them at the door, because blitz shield, they cannot use the flash if they are standing in mute jammer. So if you have mute jammer right here and you're fighting a blitz here, they can't flash you. So that's really strong against that. You can get your mute jammers or your extra wall denial on this wall over here. And your last player, this is where they're going to play. Over here, they're just kind of stalling for time. Again, trap operator is good here. Maybe your smoke plays here if you have like your clash over there. A warden is also good here. War over there. It's like the same type of position over there. So just between this position over here and your top Aqua, you should have either any 2 of these 3, a clash, a smoke, or a warden. I guess clash should never be played over here. I'll talk about that in a sec. So if you have a clash, they will be playing Aqua. But the reason clash should never be played over here is because you want to have your shield up at all times. And if it's someone else, you have the option of just sprinting out like that if you don't have your shield. So like if you play smoke or warden, maybe smoke, you smoke this off and you just run out of there. Warden, you can kind of sit up on this, throw your C4 up and over. Oop, I missed it. I guess you see the vision of what I'm trying to do. you'll have your C4, kind of sit, throw it, then just sprint on out. So that's what you could do. Your C4, they'll probably run from it instead of just holding the angle once the C4 is down, so that'll give you a little time to actually run out of there. And then they back up, and they are your pillars player, which is why I recommend your Wild Denial playing just this row right here, is because you will have a pillars player right here already. If it is a Warden or a Smoke and they have a shotgun, you should calm to them that you should swap, because then you will be able to play close on this door with a shotgun, and the Cade or Bandit will be able to hold this area over here with their longer range weapon. So, quick recap. Azami, Ella, Legion, anyone that can stall for time in here. Clash isn't horrible here. Bandit Arcade for Wall Denial. Mute for sure. If Mute is up, put a Mute here. Mute is really good here. Smoke or Warden over here. Or like a Fenrir. Fenrir is also a good option here. Fenrir is also a good backup to Azami if Azami's banned. You can put the Fenrir in Warehouse. Forgot about that. That's probably the number 2 option, is the Fenrir. But you can also have your Fenrir player over here. You can put them right above the door for the walk-in. If they get the breach and try and jump in, maybe they'll hit the Fenrir and stuff like that. You can put one on this side of breach too, just to cover like both sides of it if you wanted. Just keep them from walking in over here for as long as possible. Fenrir, you probably have like the most mobility, and then you also won't have to swap with this person. You can just hold it with your MP7, so could be worth it. But basically, like a Smoke, Warden, or a Fenrir. Then over here, Smoke, Warden, or Clash, just to stall this top area. Shotgun's really good here, just sit like this for anyone walking up, or sit like this for anyone walking in. You can kind of just look both ways. You can place your Warden shield right here and make it crouch rotate, and you can kind of play off of that. If you have a Warden shield, you could even back it up and play it somewhere in sight. Some good deployable shield spots. It seems weird, but if you just throw one right in the middle of here, like right in the middle of sight like this, they can't get angles into sight from the prone. If they prone up, you'll block that. So anyone walking through the rotate here, or like your doorway, you could try and block that off. They gotta crawl really far to get lines of sight through this, but maybe use it to block that. Like place a deployable like this. But that's an option with your deployable, so keep that in mind. Also put your deployable for like, actually probably shouldn't do it here, it'd be too easy for them to use it. But you can put it back here, maybe. So you can kind of like hold this and they can't just DMR body shot you through everything. You have options. You have a lot of options. But Azami or Fenrir or Legion or Ella and your warehouse spot, stall for time, back up, reinforce it off. Over here, your Smoke, your Clash, or your Warden, stall for time, back up, play sight, play close with your shotgun, place your shield. You can place your Clash shield kind of like right here and kind of just sit here off of it, and it'll just cover you from the footholes and kind of peek off of them, peek if they walk through the door, like up and over this, like this. So peel off there. Your Mute Shotgun, I have so many clips of Mute Shotgun just absolutely fucking up the enemy team here. Mute Shotgun goes crazy in the box. You have the C4 that you can toss up and over to scare them. A lot of options there. And then your Smoke, Warden, or Fenrir over here is a good option. Mute, gotta make sure you mute Timmer somewhere over here too, just so they don't send a lot of drones through here. That's a good area to put it. Maybe just in the corner right down here. Another thing is for this player, if they're pushing you, or they have like a shield and they're trying to shield rush you, just shoot that, get out. You can either vault, or again, if you are already playing up on this, then you should have the option to sprint out. So you can just do that. Another thing is if you have a Cade or a Bandit over here and they back up in this area and a lot of people are dying, maybe the only person left in like a 1v2, a 1v1 or something like that, and they're pressing for sight, you do have the option, people first floor, so I gotta be careful, just dropping and then just playing your C4 in sight. So that is most definitely an option you can do. You can try and go for that. If you have a Fenrir, bring the bulletproof cam. Any bulletproof cam right here is really good to keep an eye on once wall gets open if they like actually push up and where they're playing at. And if anyone's like close on the door, you have someone playing off it, they know if they are close. So the bulletproof cam is really good for that. But that is pretty much the upstairs here. I guess you just play close, fall off, play close, fall off, play close, contest the wall, fall off, and then play close, fall off. Pretty simple. Everyone's just one room away from the site in pretty much every direction, and then they end up backing up to site later in the round. And then this is the only person that's just fighting for their life. It's like just the window, and you have a C4 and a shotgun. It is like if they jump the window, it's literally just 3 kills for you. That is all it is. So I don't know, literally. And you'll have the people right here, you'll have people behind you that you can just back up to help. So you can't really do a lot there. You're kind of just in the middle of everything, locking it down. So that's what you do here. Your reinforcement, ideally don't reinforce this off unless they aren't pressuring garage at all and you have an Azami, but other than that, plan to use your flash reinforcement here. So just have to live with that open. Another thing that's important for this bomb site is to read the attack, because when people attack, I'll go over the attack on this really quick. You'll send 2 for wall, like a thatch therm, basically, is what I'm saying. Just get the wall open, apply pressure from here. You'll have 2 people, or probably 1 person, like an ash. If they are done ashing underneath, they use their 1 ash charge, and they come over here, and they walk in top aqua. Having an ash here is really nice. You just ash that open, you get your line of sights. But then you just have to wait for your team, because if you just run over here all nilly-willy, your team isn't pushed up at all, and you just ash and you're like, let's just go, like, obviously you're gonna get fucked. So just like create pressure, but don't get aggressive once you play CC. You can even open it up and then sit on like a drone over here and wait for someone to come on your flank, because if you are playing CC, what's common is for someone to drop the pillar hatch and then wrap around and kill you. So you got to be ready for that. But that is like one of the pinches you do. That pinches this bomb site, because once IT's open and you have aqua control, anyone playing in the commander bomb site and raptors is going to be pinched pretty hard. Like, you can't, this cuts off your rotate pretty much. If you can get line of sight to here, they can't get the rotate down. And then like obviously you have the garage door, and you have this that you can just kind of push in on and apply pressure to this person. So you kind of just hit this site, or if you are hitting the green room in connector, you get striker. You get a striker. You could EMP hard breach this wall. It's really common if it's just muted. You could just hard breach it. Then you hit in this side. You could get help with you. You get Nomad, put it up here and put it up here, so no one's walking on you. And then your last one could like go between sites. You cut site in half. Got a lot of options to do that. And then like again, you can have your last person over here. Buck's also good for that, but I would ideally take an Ash. Another option for hitting a different push is catching them off guard. Bring like a Sens, Ash, Ying, Nomad, and then a Monty, and then just everyone flood here. Ash this open right here. Send your Sens straight down this all the way to the table, and then throw the 2 Send nades behind the table to clear out anyone playing behind this. And then while your Monty walks through breach, your Sens or pretty much anyone else can just come in and then pop up on this table and be ready to take a gunfight, kill a guy, and then maybe just prone right here and play safe while Monty plants behind the bomb over here. It's like this gets open, Monty walks just over here, Nomads go flying everywhere. You put 1 above your garage rotate, you put 1 above the side door to cut it in half. Yings are going off, no one can see. That is like a really good push to catch people off guard. Monty has a really easy job. They literally just walk through the thing that Ash opens up. and then they kind of just walk across site. Once you walk, all the sends will just go this direction. Maybe they'll throw more over here, but yings will be coming off. You got to make sure that you clear anyone actually playing here before you just walk across like this. So you don't just get shot in the back. But then you just turtle plant. You face this wall specifically, so if anyone tries and swings you, they hit your shield. So face this wall and just get the plant down. And then you're playing post plant. Again, you could save some yings for that. Your nomads are all off. You have a lot of times. Big gunfight with you standing on the diffuser. By the time all of your teammates die as Monty, they're probably out of time anyways to like actually diffuse. So you kind of just stand here as Monty. Really easy, really simple job. But that's how I'd attack it. Or like catch them off guard with it if you're not doing the standard 1-2-2. Just like pressure everywhere. So that is what I would do for this bomb site on attack and defense. I guess the times I've seen us pushing this site, it's been like 3 people breach and then like maybe 2 people over there, and you're lucky and no one's hitting Aqua or licking Aqua at all, which makes it really easy for them to just play back in this site and contest. Like playing here and contesting is really easy for them to do. So you get like stuck on like half the map. But if you have someone backstabbing, this is open, they're gonna feel super unsafe. You got a lot of options. So that's what I do for this bomb site, attack and defense. This map is actually, I really like this map a lot. So I'd like to try and start getting this map and this map a little more if we can get this down.